Tucked away down a country road between Weatherford and Mineral Wells, Texas, is Clark Gardens Botanical Park. What once was a mesquite-covered pasture is now a botanical masterpiece, encompassing 35 acres. Stroll down tree-lined paths, relax beside ponds while watching swans glide gracefully across the water. This is the story of hard work, dreams, and the visions of Max and Billy Clark. Their dream became reality by setting their sights on a vision. Achieving that vision meant long hours of hard work, weeding beds, planting trees, and along the way, a beautiful garden grew into a masterpiece. Max's vision for this property was to house a garden of Texas native and adaptable plants. Billy's vision was a place of beauty and of tranquility. As good luck would have it, their friend John Holder, an accomplished building contractor, joined Max and Billy in 1990. Together, they built this garden. In 1999, Max and Billy established the Max and Billy Clark Foundation and donated 143 acres, including the gardens, to this new nonprofit organization. Clark Gardens opened its gates to the public April 22, 2000. And visitors have said that it's one of the most beautiful gardens in the nation. By 2008, the park included the 35 acres that you enjoy today. Each year, over 20,000 visitors from all over the world enjoy the park. In springtime, the gardens are lush with hundreds of azaleas. Thousands of poppies pop each spring, along with over 1,400 different named irises that bloom abundantly in March, April, and May. Fragrant roses of all varieties bloom and cast their rose scent across beds of bluebonnets. Spring is just the beginning. Summer is a splash of vibrant colors. Hundreds of different cannas bloom. Graceful daylilies line walkways. Crepe myrtles, both large and small, display hues of red, pink, and white. And just when you think summer will never end, fall arrives. And the gardens don't disappoint. Hundreds of bald cypress trees flaunt their fall color. Maple leaves blow across the walkways. Pumpkins delight the young and the old. And chrysanthemums burst open with color. Lastly, winter is upon the gardens. The quiet and solitude make this a special season. Winter, a time of reflection, and a time to study the bones of the garden. Nandinas and hollyberries sit amongst the evergreens, displaying the reds and oranges of their berries, enticing both birds and visitors alike. Some visitors get lucky and see the first dusting of snow. And then the cycle begins again, that hint of spring, as daffodils and hyacinths begin to bloom. Fruit trees bud out with the promise of summer fruit, awaiting visitors. Clark Gardens is home to an abundance of wildlife. Flocks of guineas freely roam all areas of the garden, and in spring, peacocks strut and put on a show for the visitors. The ponds are full of ducks, fish, turtles, and frogs. Although Clark Gardens is not a certified organic garden, we care for the land and our wildlife in a manner that encourages sustainability and livability for all our critters for generations to come. Permanent structures in the garden include an English-style channel garden, a beautiful country chapel, numerous pavilions, and a meditation garden planted with heirloom spring flowering bulbs. Most pavilions sit alongside small lakes. On White Garden, located just across from the chapel, is a waterfall cascading into a water lily-filled pond. About 2/3 of the garden is under a canopy of trees, shading the pathways, allowing for garden guests to enjoy the park regardless of the temperature. One trail you should not miss is the Historical Tree Trail that boasts over 100 historical trees representing American history, Texas history, and the Civil War. Each tree tells its story. The Clark Depot houses over 1,200 feet of G-scale track, entertaining both the young and the young at heart. The North Track represents the Weatherford Mineral Wells northwestern branch of the railroad that for years carried passengers and freight in North Texas. The gardens host 4 annual events each year. The last weekend in March is Spring Festival, and thousands of visitors come to visit the gardens. Area train clubs display their model trains. Car enthusiasts enjoy the classic car show. Children ride the Choo-Choo Express through the garden. And a gardening symposium offers education for all ages. There's also an opportunity to taste Texas wines and artisanal cheese. The first Saturday in October finds the gardens full of athletes along with garden enthusiasts. A highlight of Fall Festival is the half marathon and 5K run. Runners from all over the state test their athleticism by running down country lanes, the rails to trails, and through the Vietnam War Museum site. Festival goers enjoy games, crafts, music, clowns, and even pumpkin golf. Not to be outdone by Fall Festival is Botanical, where area ghosts and goblins come to the park and compete in the costume competition, take their turn at the cupcake walk, and enjoy old-fashioned games like pin the nose on the pumpkin. Admission to Botanical is non-perishable food items, all of which are donated to the local area food banks. Closing out the year is our old-fashioned holiday festival with thousands of sparkling lights, horse-drawn hay rides, Santa, the holiday marketplace, and even a chance to pet one of Santa's reindeer at this annual family tradition. The future of the gardens is bright. A newly formed garden club help host educational opportunities for garden visitors, and park memberships help support garden programming. Area school children are allowed free admission to school-sponsored events, ensuring the next generation of garden enthusiasts. And Max, in his young 80s, may be found daily in the garden, planting and weeding with his constant companions, Chocolate and Deuce. Come and see Clark Gardens Botanical Park, where you're encouraged to live your best life outdoors all 4 seasons.